We're heading into summer. Everyone likes to peg a song of the summer. Do you have a song of the summer?
I'm like really into house right now. That's really like my sweet spot right now for summer. And my kids are loving it too, which is so goofy and so fun.
First of all, women's sports, as we know, have been growing, are growing, will continue to grow. I am an NWSL stan. I would love to know who you are watching that reminds you of yourself when you played.
I don't really love to compare that. As someone who came behind Hope Solo, everyone was always like, be like Hope Solo. If you want to be the best, like be Hope Solo. What I really love about this younger generation is they're exactly like, they show up exactly who they are. They're not trying to be anyone different. I think that's the freedom that you saw when this last team went to the Olympics with Emma Hayes. I think you could see the joy again. I think it's been a long few decades of women's sports because we're just clawing and fighting, and sometimes it steals the joy a bit because you can't just show up and be, you can't just show up and get paid what you're worth. It's always fighting for like an equal playing field. But what I love is we're getting to a place where they don't have to think about working multiple jobs to like put a roof over their head or make sure they're fed and housed and all the things. But I love the individuality in which they're showing up and just being exactly who they are. And they have a coach who's rewarding that. And what I'm seeing with these younger players is this is a new standard of women's sports. Like whether it's basketball, whether it's soccer, whether it's ice hockey, I think just more investment comes more freedom to push the envelope and the boundaries, and you're seeing that in real time. And I think, especially soccer in America, it's moving in a totally different direction. And it's really exciting to watch some of these younger players because they're just electric and you can feel the joy that they're carrying. I don't know if I've because played with the team for a decade, the US team. I don't know if like we had that same sense of freedom.
Hmm. Well, it reminds me of a quote. I think it was Billie Jean King who said, I will take the stairs so eventually they can take the elevator. And
Yeah.
that is what you did for so many of them who are now living this type of freedom and joy that you're describing.
Yeah, I think it just boils down to they deserve to make money. And you're seeing right now some contracts that are just shattering what you even thought was possible in such a small time frame. Like, Trinity Rodman signing an explosive contract, Catarina Macario doing the same. I mean, I'm excited for them. Like, for even in my lifetime to be able to see women signing multi-million-dollar contracts for a season. Like if you would have asked me that question even a few years ago, I'd be like, oh, it's going to take a lot of time. And now you're just seeing like the investment, and you're understanding the importance of bringing the best players in the world here in the US. And in order to do that, you got to pay them.
Yes, and you were such a part of that change of paying them. Um, you also, in your doc, you talked about your overcoming of injuries, and there are a lot of athletes who are experiencing that same thing right now. I That was such a takeaway for me, is that struggle of overcoming injuries during your career. What advice would you give to an athlete who is currently experiencing the same thing?
Well, I think injury, unfortunately, is a part of playing sports. It's a part of putting your body on the line at such a high level all the time. And I think what I love, not what I think, what I know is opening the floodgates of vulnerability and showing what it takes to be at the top and stay at the top emotionally, physically, mentally. I think you never really get a lens inside what it takes to be great. That's why I love what Roku is doing to give us a platform to say there are pieces that we lose inside of us for chasing greatness, And it's not always a success story. Like, that's the coolest part about this. It really peels back the layers of a good old sports doc with highlights, because it's
Mm.
like, that's not really what it is. That's
Right.
not life. And it's hard and it's messy and it's all the things in between. And it's such a journey. And it's like really vulnerable to share that with everyone. But I think it's also what connects us. And, all of us could, like you said, could be struggling with injury or could be struggling with your home life, your sexuality. I mean, it's endless, right?
Mm.
But when you share your story, someone sees something in it that they connect with that potentially could help them or save them or say, "Oh, me too." And I think that is the biggest lesson and takeaway out of this documentary is I hurt just like everyone else. I make mistakes just like everyone else. I have failed at every level just like anyone else. But I still get up and I still brush myself off and I still choose it. And I still try to learn from it to be a better human, a better player, a better mom, a better partner, and a better friend.
Yeah. I mean, just you speaking, you can tell how much you gave to this game for so long. Do you see yourself in any capacity returning as a coach, as an admin, as a coach to your kids even? Is that door still open for you?
I mean, I don't know what the future holds. I think to heal, you have to step away.
Yeah.
I think there's a really unique, and not many people talk about it, but like it's a hard life to live. The air is very thin at the top. And that level of pressure and that chasing success since I was a kid, because it was like, okay, how do I get out of my circumstance? How do I go to college? How do I pass these SATs? How do I get a full ride? Once I'm there, how do I stay there? Then it becomes, how do I get drafted? How do I make money? How do I play in? It's just the cortisol, the things that run through your blood since you were such a young kid. I need to put that down. Like, I have been chasing greatness for so long. I just need rest. And I think a lot of people get that, and a lot of people don't allow themselves to do so. For me to appreciate the game, I have to step away from it.
Mm.
Um, because I have to figure out who I am outside of it. And I think that's what this is about. And it's a hard thing to reckon with when you focus like your whole life on a craft, and then at some moment it's taken from you and you have to figure out what's next. It's a very short shelf life and it takes a lot of work to figure out, okay, so now who am I after this jersey? And I think this is the season that you're, in this doc, you're really seeing now other things I'm chasing in life that bring me joy besides trophies and championships.
That's amazing. That's got to feel so good. I loved the way you talked about the instant love that you had for Sophia when you met her, your partner. What are some things that you two do together that you feel that safety and that rest and that ability to let go of that pressure and that chasing that you felt for so long?
We just are an ordinary people like everyone else. We enjoy each other's company. I'm a big homebody and I love cooking, and I make sure that I'm cooking for the family, and we dance in the kitchen with the kids and we laugh and we sing and we play and we put on performances and build stages for the kids. We play dress up. Like, I love it. I love being a mom. I love my partner. I love the way we're moving in the world and showing up for the things we believe in and creating change, and like that's what life is about, and living it to the fullest together. So, yeah, my favorite thing about us is always dancing in the kitchen, all of us, all four of us.
I love that visual. And I know you love music. You're a big music lover. We're heading into summer. Everyone likes to peg a song of the summer. Do you have a song of the summer?
Song of the summer. I'm really into, so I just got back from Greece. Sophia and I took a little vacation, but I'm like really into house right now. Like, I love like mashed up songs, old school, new school, with like a really fun, vibey techno beat. That's really like my sweet spot right now for summer. And my kids are loving it too, which is so goofy and so fun. But yeah, we spend most of our time just raging and dancing around the house.
You also have impeccable style. Not to just totally take this to a very fluffy topic, but you can dress. You have incredible style. I love your fashion. Summer fashion. What are we loving? What's a trend maybe we're not loving? Any insight
I
there?
think what fashion really comes down to is self-expression. Like, just own. It's not what you wear, it's how you wear things. It's like, you don't have to break the bank. You don't have to spend a lot of money on clothes to look good. It's really just how you move in the world and how you feel. Like, I do a lot of thrifting. I don't pay a lot of money for my clothes, but right now it's about proportions. Like, know your proportions, know your colors, educate yourself a little bit on the things that make you feel good but also look good, and then stick within that wheelhouse. You don't have to reinvent the wheel. It's very basic things. Just know the colors that pair well together and the proportions, whether it's boxy or long or baggy or tight. Like, you just sometimes got to get it right, and it makes your wardrobe look very elevated without breaking the bank.
I love that. Love that advice. Okay, last fun question. You obviously know the movie about the 99ers is coming
Yep.
out. If there was a movie about your era in soccer, who would you want to play you?
Oh gosh. That's a great question. I used to get this question a long time ago, like, if you could have anyone play your life story, who would it be? And I always used to say Angelina Jolie. Like, I just find her such a badass and so, like, mischievous and, like, I don't know, I vibe with her, like, whole aura and how she shows up because she can be soft and really, like, hard at the same time, which most people can't tackle. So I've always said that, but she might be a little too old to be playing me, but, I still stick with it.
Love it. So good. Last question, because I know you have to go. But if you could choose something for someone to take away when watching your doc, what would it be? What do you want people to come away after watching with?
Just choose yourself every day, over and over again, and know you're worthy of it, and know you're enough. And, like, your failures don't have to define you. Your setbacks don't have to be permanent. I think life is short, but it's so long. I think sometimes we forget that. It's okay to make mistakes. Just fail fast. Get back up. Choose yourself again and again and again. And I think don't abandon yourself, especially for women. I think we get so comfortable and shape shifting and trying to fit in and fall in line. Like, it's okay not to. It's okay to be different. It's okay to take chances and, live the life you've always imagined. You get one shot at this. There's no redo.
Yeah, beautiful. Well, it's a beautiful doc, and you are a beautiful person with so much wisdom. So thank you so much.
Thank you. Thanks for having me. I appreciate it.
This is my goal.